Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Phoning It In. Over there in Chicago, we have John Terry, and I am, of course, your reigning, your defending new King of Brackets champion, Michael Carvelli here. It is our first week of doing this show post Kansas City. We've all been running around a lot ever since we got back. John was busy getting the national team into the World Cup.
Go get them. Go America.
And I was here doing whatever I did, but mostly just celebrating with this beautiful title. Let's find a way to get this framed. Sorry if anybody can hear me moving the mic, but
I was going to say, where are you now in your bracket standings? But you didn't even join our ESPN bracket challenge.
See, I don't know what happened with that because I definitely filled it out.
I'm in third place right now.
Now, to be fair, in the work one, which is filled out.
Okay. How many points do you have? Because that would be helpful.
Yeah.
And what is your max?
I know I am the only person in our work bracket that has a potential national title matchup in.
Oh, shit.
They have me at 70 points. I don't know how that adjusts to.
Oh, it's not on ESPN?
No, it's on NCAA.com.
What? Unbelievable, man.
I have 70 points. I am the only person in our work bracket with my national champion still in. Shout out to the team of destiny, the Duke Blue Devils. And I also have Kansas in my national title game.
Yeah. So who do you have winning?
I have Duke, team of destiny.
Oh, you do have Duke. Okay. Yeah. Got
it. So I think there's one other person that has two Final Four teams left in our work bracket, but they have Villanova, Kansas. So obviously they'll cancel each other out.
I'm going to be in really good shape in my work one if Villanova UNC loses and Kansas wins the title. I don't think I'll win.
I mean, it won't happen,
but I'll get close to it. Because there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 50 who have a national champion left.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we only had 8 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 8 people in our work group. Half of those people took Gonzaga. We had a Kentucky, we had a Memphis, we had a UConn.
I mean,
a Duke.
You look at these, some of these people are cheating somehow. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm just looking at this for the first time.
Are they? I mean, like, it's a pretty
cheating, man.
It's a pretty normal top Final Four, though.
Cheaters. It actually really is for like the craziness.
I guess not. UNC's a wild Final Four team, but
I'm not even doing good on my women's one.
I don't think I've ever filled out a women's bracket, unfortunately.
Dude, the guy who is in first place for the men's bracket is also in first place for the women's bracket.
Wow.
He is in the 99.8th percentile.
Dang.
For the women. He's the equipment manager for the men's national team. Been very busy too. That's pretty fucking impressive. Let's see what he is. Let's see what the percent. If you're getting a percentile above 99%, like that's like pretty good. Yeah. I mean, you're like, know what the fuck you're doing. 97th percentile for the men.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Holy shit.
I think we like I said, it's been a decent tournament for me picks wise. It was a great first weekend for me.
That is why you have the belt.
As we can see, it was 12-4 on the opening day. Just like set the tone so strong early on. I mean, honestly, good on you. I think you were pretty close at one point.
I was close. I was good.
You tried to put up a fight. It's just nice. And I mentioned this in my speech that I gave in the Villa. Like, it's just so nice to finally have a credible champion. It's going to be great to have someone bring some honor to the belt. Like, God forbid this beautiful title ever show up on the freaking podcast. You know, week in, week out, it's going to be here. If it's not on this shoulder, it's probably going to be up on that rim. Like, you got to show it off. You got to showcase this thing. You know, it's got to be important, and just wait till I rebrand it and I make it into the true King of Brackets title. I mean, that's going to be an investment that lasts us 20 years. But you're just going to sneeze, and I'm just going to keep talking about how
they made me not sneeze.
There you go.
Oh, damn it. Fun time though in Kansas City though, right?
It was
Like,
great. And I kind of wish we had everybody, everybody else with us to talk about it, but it was a really, really great time. I thought, and we had a lot of discussion throughout the week of like which villa was better, which experience. The experience of this march was just, there were so many parts of it that felt surreal, and were just incredible. So
I thought the games were amazing. I thought the
games were
situation we
so
had
much better.
watching the games is amazing. I thought we hit it out of the park with food.
Yep.
I thought we did all of that. The Airbnb, like, I didn't love. It was a little weird. I don't know.
It was fine. For what it was fine. It wasn't like a perfect place, but it was good. You mentioned the food being great. It was, and we knew that ahead of time. We knew the barbecue was going to be awesome. The pizza we had was really good too, I thought. In the kitchen, whipping up some breakfast.
I did make a good breakfast there.
It was good. Had some biscuits and gravy. Had some eggs and sausage. The big highlight for all of us was getting to hang out with the youngest member of the crew,
which was incredible, by the way.
So good.
That was the best part.
So good
by far.
Like aside, even if like the games had sucked, like the one in Denver, like it makes the week even better.
We were just like hanging out when he came over to the villa. We are just like chilling. It was incredible. Like it was just amazing. It was a really cool moment. Just because like we've seen him on like, pictures and stuff and whatever. That was awesome.
And I mean, he also like gravitates to champions, is a big fan of champions as well. He knows a champion when he sees it. The champion becomes his best friend.
He did like you the most, which I'm not going to acknowledge because it was bullshit.
So much fun, man. It was awesome. Great. It was so great to see everybody.
Yo, and here's the thing, man. It's already April. We're 1 month closer to March 2023.
Whew. We've already started. I will say, maybe it's because it was like the first time in 3 years almost that we saw each other. But like the way we were not even gone from Kansas City and had already started to like game plan potential cities and literally looking at Airbnbs
for next year.
For next year, it was pretty great.
Hey, one thing we forgot to talk about was the 2 parlays we had going, which was incredible. So for our non-betting friends on here, a parlay is a bet where you pair together a ton of results into one bet. So you have
doesn't have to be a ton. Outcomes. It could just be 2.
It could be 2. Every March,
multiple results.
Every March we've done, and by every March I mean we've now done 2 of them. We do some crazy parlays. So usually once a day we do like a madness parlay, and it's like all the upsets, whatever. So we did one of those, whatever, and then we did another parlay, which is I think 10 games, and was it Friday? I think it was Friday.
It was the first day,
Thursday.
Yeah.
We carried this parlay into the evening games. We had 8 out of 10 games correct, and we needed 2 things to happen. We needed the University of Connecticut to cover. I think everyone thought they were going to cover. Like that was not one of the.
To be fair, I absolutely did not. I was beating the drum for New Mexico State money line from the day the bracket was revealed because UConn sucked.
Okay,
regardless. Awful team. They made me sit through a terrible basketball game, and I will never forgive them.
Okay, so UConn to cover, and then the other one was what was the other one? Kentucky to cover.
Yep.
That's right. Oh no, we had
Kentucky to cover.
Kentucky to cover. You're right.
In that one, there was another one
where we had St. Peter's. Yeah. Okay, so we go into this, and the only reason we got to this point is because Duke had this ridiculous backdoor cover to keep us alive, and we were going wild in the basement of our Airbnb, like wild. It was insane, and all these games were ending at the same time. So we needed these 2 results to happen. It was like $5 was going to turn into what, like $3,000 or something like that. $5,000. It was to the point where we had like started figuring out how we were going to split things up, and then both the teams lost. We didn't win, but then it gets better because the next morning we wake up. And Nick was going through the parlays that we had placed the night before, and we realized that the Madness parlay that had 10 games that like never would have happened. And I think it was like $5 paid out $32,000.
Yeah.
Was we lost one game in that.
Yeah.
We got 9 out of 10.
I believe that parlay was as high as it was because it had New Mexico State and St. Peter's money line.
And which that both
it
happened.
had St. Peter's over Kentucky and New Mexico State over UConn. But the only thing that we lost was we had Iowa money line over Richmond.
Was it Richmond?
It was Iowa money line over somebody.
It was Iowa over someone. It was Iowa over
I thought it was Richmond.
Was it? Hold on, I'm looking it up because I'm actually curious what the score of the game was. No. It was Iowa over Creighton. What?
No, it's wrong.
They lost to Creighton. Was it not Iowa?
It was Iowa because it was Cody's team.
Iowa, did they beat Illinois State? Oh, this is women's basketball.
You're on the wrong bracket.
I'm on Iowa women's basketball right now.
Iowa over Richmond.
Okay. What was the score of that game?
67-63.
Yeah. I think they're probably like 7 or 8 points to cover, something like that.
I don't even think it was probably that. It was maybe 5.
Regardless, we ended up one game down from winning 35K.
Correct. For winning 30. And we did not even realize it until the next day.
Which is crazy. That's the craziest it's ever gotten.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm so excited for next year.
It's going to be awesome. Where are we going? Anchorage?
I love the churches, man. I thought the churches,
right?
that one church is pretty baller. Because what I discovered during this is like we did not leave the Airbnb, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But there's no reason for us to like find a cool city if we never leave the fucking Airbnb.
Right.
Let's just find a cheap Airbnb that has what we want.
The way that people listen, shout out to anybody on Airbnb who is like buying big
Weird
places
shit.
like a church and is like, you know what, let's just turn this into like an awesome place.
Yeah.
Because there's a few that are real nice.
Yeah. So
and then if you get the ones, these are more expensive than we're looking for probably, but you also get the ones where the church had a basketball court inside. Whew.
An indoor basketball court.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
I think the key is we
get the AV cart and wheel the TVs in there.
I think the Airbnb is so crucial when we go to a place where we're just going to sit inside and watch basketball. Now we've also talked about going to a city where we just go to a bar or whatever, and then we don't need a cool Airbnb. We don't need a ton of TVs.
Yeah.
So I do think that like that's super important. I think we do need to figure out which direction we want to go earlier. And if we do the Airbnb route, we just got to book the Airbnb earlier to make sure we get a good one. Anyways, it was fun though. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed seeing you. I enjoyed seeing Lucas. I enjoyed seeing Nick and Cody. It was exciting. It was great. Barbecue was good. Basketball was good. Sucked to leave, but here we are.
So much fun. But in the the time since then, we've been trying to do stuff. I would like to do. Where do you want to go next? You want to let's talk about qualifying.
Oh no, can we talk about the HQ trivia?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
John is making me talk about this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't think it's interesting at all. You guys might think it is, but whatever. I was on one of my old phones. I had to get a photo from an old phone, turned it on, was able to get it charged up. As soon as it turned on, I still had on that phone like the old HQ trivia app that we would always play all the time. We think we did like a round or two of it on the show at one point. And when I turned the phone on, I got a notification like 2 minutes later that was like HQ trivia is live. And I was like, holy crap, people still play this.
Which is nuts. And I only want to spend like 30 seconds on this. I just remember vividly, and I don't even remember when it was. That thing like took over everyone's lives.
Yeah.
Every day at 6 o'clock, you got on your fucking phone or whatever time it was.
They did the evening one, but they also did
like a 10 a.m. one or something, right?
Well, it was like at noon for me. Or
okay, I was on West Coast.
Like
yeah,
I would do it. It was like when I had my first job at WVU, and I would sit at my desk and I'd play HQ trivia.
And the best part is everyone would sit around together, and like I remember with a group, and you'd answer the right question, then you got to one you didn't know, you'd guess different ones so that you keep one of you alive.
Right.
Anyway, so it just blows my mind that something that was so dominant in our lives, like that's like a big quotation mark, but like millions of people were playing that fucking game every night. And now I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, I did too.
That's all
I did not play the game because I tried, and they did the thing they did all, that whole time where it was like it takes 10 minutes after they go live for them to actually start playing. And I'm like, I kind of would like to do like anything else with my life than play this. So
that's fair.
I don't know. I might have to check it out at some point. They're live right now. That's what made me bring it up in the first place. They're live right now as we speak. But
what a time. Why don't we talk about the Oscars? You want to talk about qualifying?
Let's get into your thing first, because I think people care about what you have to say more.
I don't really have anything to say, really. I mean, it was exciting.
You got to experience the U.S. qualifying for a World Cup. You got to be there. Or no, you didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I keep forgetting that game wasn't at home.
No.
But you get to be a part of it. You get to be a part of a fun little qualifying run.
Yeah, it was cool to close out qualifying and qualify, and we're going to a World Cup. I think like I'm just so excited. I always loved growing up going to like bars and stuff to watch the U.S. men's national team play. I feel like it was like the first time I actually went to a bar to watch a sporting event was the World Cup back when I was like 16 or whatever. Like, cause you didn't go to bar, like you couldn't drink, like whatever. You just go and you get a soda and you watch the team. So
that was where I did the 2010 World Cup, which is where like that was the year that I first started to like soccer, because I had been told that I was covering the men's soccer team at WVU for the DA that fall. So I spent the entire summer. I watched every World Cup match.
Dedication, man. I'm super excited to get into it because November 2 is like it's in November.
Yeah.
And it is a World Cup date. So it's around Thanksgiving. So I believe it starts November 21st is the first day. And then I believe it goes to like December 18th or something. So it's kind of like a slow period, right? Like the end of college football, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think it'll be exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cool thing to have it.
And the time difference is kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
Like the games are gonna be at like some weird
times. Were gone. Were you gone when the 2014 World Cup happened?
Where was that?
Morgantown.
Yes.
2014.
Yes. I don't remember that one. Where was that one?
That was the oh my God. It was where was it?
South Africa.
South Africa, that was 10. Brazil.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember watching it.
Okay. I was
home. Yeah, I was home in Atlanta. I remember. Is that the one when they
lost to Belgium?
Yeah, when we should have, not lost to Belgium.
Yeah. I just remember being at Sports Page for that one with Sunday and Nick and Jeff. It's a good time.
I think it's great. Like, I think you can just, I think it's. I'm super excited to do that again, to find like a good soccer bar here in Chicago and just like go on.
That's gonna be because you're not going, right? You're not going to Qatar.
Not going to Qatar.
Kind of relieving. Unofficially,
look, one day I'd love to go to a World Cup, but
you're gonna go to work. You're gonna be the guy.
But like I also don't want to. I like Thanksgiving. Like it's one of my favorite holidays. Yeah. So like, if I'm being honest, so being away from that, and we have a pretty busy fall, so it's just like being gone for a while right now. I don't know, but
I feel you. That's good though. It's exciting. Yeah. Maybe I'll come.
Dude, Thanksgiving in Chicago, baby.
I'd come after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just Mariel and I, so you can come. Whatever.
Maybe we'll see. Well, that actually kind of might be a good idea. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure if you had anything you wanted to say about that. I just thought it was a cool, fun thing to say before we got into. I don't know. I would like to talk Oscars.
Let's do it. Now let's talk Oscars, because during the match,
correct,
Panama, and I didn't realize any of this was happening. Obviously, I was the other thing that's exciting, by the way, about the match is I did have a video crew following me around.
That's fun.
So
I have a question to ask you
there will be a video that comes out. I was mic'd up for the entire game.
Okay. For the entire game, including post game,
but that part is not they're gonna
I have questions.
Okay.
Man, that's fun though. That's exciting.
Yeah, like the fight in the middle of the game. Like I was in there trying to break
That's
things up.
right.
I was getting yelled. I'm fairly certain Spanish profanities
There you
at
go.
me. Yeah, it was exciting stuff. I thought I was gonna be on TV a little bit more there. Not gonna lie, I was kind of
Yeah.
bummed that I wasn't really on there. I
You
thought I
get your
was
time to
doing
shine.
I was doing God's work, man. I was
You'll
just
get your time to
making
shine.
sure that no one got punched.
Right.
Anyways,
But yes, let's go ahead and talk about the Oscars. So you did
so
not
yeah,
get to-
anyways, that's just crazy because I get done with this game and I get on Twitter thinking like, oh, we're gonna we qualified, whatever, almost qualified, and
Mm,
yeah, and holy shit, there was a fight at the Oscars.
yeah. It has been, and it's something I texted you guys about that Monday after. Like, there's something that there's this whole thing of like, oh, do people care about the Oscars anymore? Do the Oscars matter? Yada yada yada, like all that stuff. It's exhausting. But like it was kind of nice for once to see people get to work on Monday, get into the office. It was one of my days in person, and have everyone wanting to talk about what happened at the Oscars and all this stuff. But of course,
and you know more about movies and TVs and Oscar than anyone I know, times like 10.
uh-huh.
So this is very exciting for you.
Yeah,
It's an exciting day. It's
been,
like the Super Bowl.
it would be great. Well, and we'll get to my comparisons about the Super Bowl in just a moment because I've got some thoughts because I hated it. I hated this show. I hated it so much.
And it wasn't because of the fight.
No, it's not because of the fight. The fight is a stupid, awful thing. It's dumb. Two people who were in the wrong, various degrees of wrong, bad.
Dude,
Hated
did you
it.
see the LA police like wanted to arrest Will Smith?
Yeah, I mean it's assault.
Can they like arrest him if Chris Rock didn't want to press charges?
I think
It depends, right?
I think it depends. I don't know. I don't know the rules. I don't know.
The other thing that I saw is that Chris Rock is like in the movie with like Will Smith's like wife.
Yeah, it was a
coming
while
up.
ago.
No, I thought it was coming up, like Madagascar 3 or 4 or something.
That was a while ago.
Oh, okay. Never
Unless
mind.
there's a new one that I don't know about, which
I thought there was a new one coming out
is possible, but
because I saw a tweet that like that movie is not going to get made.
it
Again,
will.
I know
Come
nothing.
on. It's gonna get if they want to. It's the same reason that I told people the other day at work. Like I'd put it at like at least a 30% chance that they host together next year.
Yeah, that'd actually be pretty good. Probably for both of their brands too.
Yeah,
Well,
listen,
at least
man.
for Will Smith's brand.
Rich people putting things to the side, they'll be fine. Yeah, as far as I know, there's no Madagascar movie in production now. But I did see like there were photos of them like doing interviews. I think I saw that on like TikTok or something. But yeah, so Chris Rock made a bad joke about Jada Pinkett Smith having no hair. She has alopecia. It appeared Will Smith laughed at it until
I didn't realize that part.
the alopecia. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, that's why I think he's in the wrong. Like I don't like people joking about medical conditions. It's not a great look. Will Smith, it appeared, laughed at the joke until he saw that Jada was not laughing. And then gets up, walks up to Chris Rock on stage, slaps him in the face in the middle of the broadcast, walks back to say, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." Yeah.
I don't think I knew there was more. Question: you were
How have
watching
you
that
kn-
live, obviously. The video of him walking up to the stage, what did you think was going to happen?
I was just kind of dumbfounded by it. I was like, I thought it was a bit because here's the thing. First off, and it's another thing we're gonna get to. I was playing at the time. I was watching on my right screen. I had the Oscars on the left screen on my computer. I was playing Fortnite with Nick and Matt. And
You weren't even watching the soccer game.
it was over.
Oh, okay.
Because this is like toward the end. And like it was one of those things of like, did that happen? First off, what happened? Did that happen? Was it fake? I thought it was fake. I thought it was like a planned bit.
Sorry,
until his
Xavier's about to cover 1 second. Xavier's about to win the NIT.
Oh wow, good for them. Who
Exciting
cares?
stuff. So I read something afterwards that like it was a bit, and I was pretty convinced about it
Yeah.
without knowing anything. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Like actor, comedian, okay, like they just want to steal the headlines, which they successfully did. By the
Yeah,
way.
they sure did.
So you don't think it's a so like what I
It's legit. If at this point, if it's a joke and they've been able to get like the LAPD in on it and all that stuff, then like good for them, I guess. But it feels weird. Feels weird to
because
do that.
because also too, if it's a joke and you're trying to take over headlines, eventually you're gonna tell people it's a joke, and they clearly have not done.
You would think, unless the way that you tell people it's a joke is that in 10 months you say, all right, next year's Oscar hosts are Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Fair point.
But I don't know. It's weird.
But if that was a joke, I feel like that would take away the lure of having both of them host too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying that has taken up the headlines because one, it was a really good year for movies. It was a really good year for movies. A lot of really good movies were recognized. A lot of them were not the winners that I personally would have picked, but a lot of really good winners. And it was hidden within that incident and then an absolute dog shit production that I hated so much.
This part's crazy.
So upset. It made me so mad, John.
Tell the people.
Okay. And I apologize once again. No one cares about me saying things. I don't care. We'll get to anything else later. But I want you to imagine you're a massive NFL fan. Okay.
I love where you're going with this. This is exciting.
Every year you look forward to the Super Bowl. That is the biggest night of the year, every single year for your sport, for this thing that you love.
Yep.
And then on the Super Bowl broadcast, the NFL says, you know what? We're going to cut out all the special teams plays because like casual fans don't really care about those.
Yeah.
The people who watch like every now and then, they don't really care. They're just here for like the commercials and the fun stuff. So we're going to like throw in some cool musical numbers that make no sense. We're going to have DJ Khaled introduce both teams for some reason. We're going to do all this stuff and we're going to generally just pander to a bunch of people who don't actually care about what's going on, who don't watch any of the movies, who like kind of actively make fun of the movies that we're trying to appreciate tonight because they're not like the movies that make a ton of money all the time. And even though they don't care about our sport, they don't care about this, they're only watching for this. We're going to do this like weird strip down broadcast for them because I don't know. We already know the people who love the NFL, they're going to watch anyway. So fuck those people. Let's like just go for these other people who don't actually care. And that is basically what the Academy does. I just knocked a bottle down from my desk. That's what the Academy did. That's what ABC did this year to the Oscars and people that like movies. It's stupid. Like,
can I just say something? You actually described that very well for a non-movie person to understand what they did. So I appreciate that.
It's so dumb. So here's what they did, John. First off, they announced that 8 awards. I believe they did the animated, documentary, and live action short film categories. And then sound, hair and makeup, editing, score, and an 8th one that I feel really bad
some NFL fan you are.
Whatever. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. 8 awards were not done live on the broadcast. They were done during the pre-show, like during like all the red carpet stuff that was going on.
Yep.
Where like they even could have said, hey, you know what? Right now inside the theater, they're announcing these awards. Let's cut away from this red carpet where we're talking about absolutely nothing and just do the awards for 5 minutes.
Right.
They didn't do that. They did them early, and then they did like condensed versions of it on the live show where they played like a quarter of each speech, which is weird, especially because the winner of most of the awards that did not get presented on the show were Dune, which is the movie that of the big nominees this year made the most money. It like is a blockbuster. And you're going to relegate all of its stuff to the stuff that no one's going to see. Weird, stupid. I hate it. The composer of Dune, who won Best Score, is one of the greatest film composers of our lifetime, of all time. Hans Zimmer. If you've watched The Dark Knight, if you've watched
I've actually heard of that guy's name, which is saying
Inception,
something.
like, you know it. He, for Dune, John, this is not exaggeration. To come up with the sound for the score in Dune, he literally invented new instruments. Did not get his award given to him live on the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean it's not great, man. It's not a good look.
They did Lifetime Achievement Awards for Samuel L. Jackson, who is a key figure in the Avengers franchise, the biggest, most popular movie franchise of all time, arguably. Key figure in it, Lifetime Achievement Oscar. They gave him that award on Saturday night. Elaine May, like a groundbreaking female comedy director. So good, so influential. Lifetime Achievement Award, Saturday night. Danny Glover, people love him in certain movies that he's been in. Great humanitarian in film. Lifetime Achievement Award on Saturday night. Like, I don't understand what they're doing. They had like a bunch of stuff that no one wants, a bunch of people on the show that no one wants. I hate it. I hate it. Like, I don't know. I love movies because of the Oscars.
Did you watch the Oscars before you got into movies?
So my mom would always watch them. The first time I remember watching the Oscars was the 2000 Oscars, which is where like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was nominated a bunch of times. I think that was where Gladiator won. And that, because of the Oscars, so many times I would like, that was how I learned about movies that were good. You know what I mean? Because back then they did it as like an appreciation of what this is. Like that's all it is. Like, you have to understand, you're not going to get all these people. There's not. Like things like that, things like the Super Bowl for the NFL, things like any award thing should not be a widespread thing. It should be a thing that is like a celebration for your community of people, celebrating all the great work that they did with people who will appreciate what they did.
Does ABC like pay to get I mean, how much do they pay to like broadcast the Oscars? You know, like how,
I can't remember what the deal
because
is.
I mean, if you look at like the NFL or even the college football playoff or like these events that like, think about like they have to do these concerts so that people will watch, so that the ad dollars goes up, right? Like, I wonder if like the Oscars and like the Grammys are starting to fall victim to that a little bit.
I think they are. It's just
like
sucks.
look at the amount of time, like the Grammys. Like the Grammys is an interesting one, right? Because that's the music one.
Yeah.
And it shows you how much I know. And I mean, the Grammys is basically like just a huge concert, and they probably cut back on the number of things that they don't have on air, right? Because they want to maximize the amount of times they're letting bands perform.
Yeah.
Because they want people to watch, because they want their ad dollars to go up.
Right. And that's fine. And I get that. And I understand that that's why it's never going to like change the way I want it to change. But like, at the end of the day, like, you have to understand that what you're doing might not appeal to that like wide audience anymore, because nothing does. Like the ratings on everything are down.
Right.
And instead of saying like, you know what, we need to find a way to appeal to this broad audience that isn't going to be there, you need to say, you know what, fuck those people. We're going to go for our people now. Because like, I guarantee if you have a 3.5 hour show celebrating like all the amazing movies that come out every year and every like little thing that goes in, like appreciating every part of film, there's going to be some like 10-year-old idiot in West Virginia who like is watching this and falls in love with movies because he saw this and it got him to start watching some of these things. Like, guarantee it. And then 19 years later, or whenever that, he's going to be on a fucking podcast yelling into a camera and a microphone about how the Oscars suck now because they've like gone away from that. It's stupid.
I
hate how much I'm upset about it.
I know. I feel bad for you.
No one cares, so I apologize.
I'm more interested in this than I thought I would be because all the points you're making, super good points.
There are like so many ways I'm I don't know if it's like worth writing about right now anymore, but like I'm basically working on a thing that's like all of the ways I would fix the Oscar broadcast.
Do you watch the ESPYs at all?
Not really.
Okay, never mind them.
It's the only award show I really watch.
You don't watch the Golden Globes aren't even on TV anymore, right?
Yeah, I would watch the Golden Globes when they were on, and I'll like tune into the other like movie awards that are on TV. But like the Spirit Awards, which I vote for, is on IFC every year.
Flex, baby, flex.
I mean, it's anyone can. You just have to pay $100 to be a member. But that and like the Critics' Choice, I think, are on TV for movies. So I watch those. I'll like tune into the Grammys sometimes. And then I'll occasionally do like the Emmys, depending on who like hosts or what it shows are on, but the Oscars are the only one where I actually like actively follow and stuff. Heck of a prediction year. Did better this year prediction wise.
How many did you get correct?
Correct on 20 of 23.
That's incredible. Because your base, yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. Only one wrong from the actual show. 2 of the 3 that I missed were the ones that were like relegated to the pre-show. So that makes me feel good. At least the Oscars don't care about the ones I missed.
Hey yo.
Stupid. But let's go ahead and finish by talking, because I'm assuming you didn't finish The Waterboy because you were busy.
I did not. But
we're gonna talk about The Waterboy next.
Can you remind me what I can watch it on?
Peacock.
Thank you.
But let's go ahead and get into something I just teased a minute ago.
I'm putting it on my to-do list to do tomorrow.
Look at you.
It's gonna happen.
John, you seemed interested in the fact that Nick got me to start playing Fortnite with him.
Very interested because I would say at this point an avid Warzone player. Like I play almost daily when I'm home, and okay. I really like war. I hated it. I hated shooting games. Jeez, Marlo, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I hated shooting games, and then during COVID, I got super bored, so I started playing this, and then I got a little squad together, and there are 4 of us, and we play pretty consistently together. So. But there have been some times Call of Duty where you would play with us, and you hated first-person shooter games. I mean,
every minute.
You would just you were basically on there to talk, and you would just die, and you wouldn't.
100%. It's still the case.
So what I'm really curious about is like, how do you? I was one shocked that he was able to get you to play Fortnite, and 2, did your attitude towards the game at all change? Were you excited about it?
I mean, here's the thing, kind of like you just mentioned, I'm excited about any chance that I get to like play a game with friends.
Did you try to shoot the things? Did you try to learn how to play the game?
Here's the thing about it. Also, Fortnite is like, I don't know if you know this, compared to Warzone, Fortnite is like full of 9-year-olds, like full of children. And so I feel like the level of entry is a lot lower for a person like me.
Yeah, Call of Duty is very stressful. Nick calls it sweaty. But
so I've had a few kills here and there. We have played, I believe I have played with him 3 times now.
Okay.
We've played about a total of 17 games. And I say it that specifically because of the fact that we have yet to lose.
Really? Every time you've played, you've won.
Every time I have played Fortnite, we have won. We have played with me and Nick, and then we have played with me, Nick, and Sunday. And then also me, Nick, and Sunday, and Sunday's roommate.
Okay. Well, I've downloaded it. It's ready to go, man. So whenever you want to play, let's do this shit,
But I am very much I believe the other day when we were playing with 4, the final game that we had, and I wish there was an update, which apparently means I can't go back and look at old replays anymore, or else I would pull it. But there's a replay of it, the final game that we played with 4 of us. It had become very clear that not only am I the worst by far, but like the other 3, Nick, Sunday, and Sunday's roommate, Brandon, are very good. So they were just like handling everything. Like it'd be at a point where they'd be like, "Oh, I got some shots over here," and I'd be like running over to get to where they were going. And like by the time I would get there, everything was cleared out. So my thing for the last game we played was I did not pick up a weapon the entire time. I picked up like the shields and the medical kits and all that stuff. And that was what I kept on me. And then whenever we would get to a person and like they were all shooting, I would just stand there doing like the dances.
Okay.
And
I'm excited. I want to play this now.
The replay of this final game, you would have seen the other person, the final person standing. It was 5 people left, the 4 of us and 1 other person. And the person was like face to face with me, basically trying to shoot me and like failing somehow. And I was just doing like the default Fortnite character dance in his face while everybody else was just also kind of playing around with him. And that was like an 11-year-old who like, that was his Joker moment. Like he's going to do bad things now.
I love how excited you are that you've basically beating a bunch of like little kids.
Yeah, man, it's fun. Listen, I'm bad. That's the thing though. I'm also bad at the game. Like I suck at it. I'm worthless at it. But it's an excuse to hang out with people. So that's the only reason I do it. Nick needed some people to play with.
We need to end this podcast because I'm going to play.
Wow. Okay. That's all we have for this week. We'll be watching.
Wait. I didn't mean, hold on. I didn't mean like that. Jesus. Like you making me out like a bad guy right now.
We're good.
You just got me very excited. It's like,
I gotta play his damn video games. Are we gonna play? You gonna play with me?
If you want to play, dude, I can play a game or two.
Okay. So that's all we have for this week on the show.
You think we'll win? Wait, I got a question. So you said that when you played with Nick and Sunday, that you've won every game. Yeah. Do you want to risk losing a game?
That's on you.
To play with me, you know?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's if you want to risk that, if you want to be that person that lost me a game, because we know I'm not going to do anything to carry us. I think the best I did was 5 kills in a game.
Can you only play trios?
No.
You can play like duos and stuff, I assume.
And you're going to want to do the no build game mode.
Oh, not 0 build.
0 build. 0 build. Yeah.
0 build duos.
Yeah.
Okay. You actually want to play?
I'll play, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. That's all we have for this week. We'll be watching Waterboy next week to get back into the sports movie club. And with that, be sure to check out the podcast on all the podcast apps that you listen on. Watch us on the YouTubes and where can they find us?
They can find us a lot of places, actually. But the best place is phoninginpodcast@gmail.com. They can send us an email, communicate with us. We'll be sure to get back to you.
Yeah.
Or check our socials. Recently? No, I don't know. I actually tried to log in the other day, but it was going to text you. And it was at like 1:00 in the morning or something. And I didn't want you to get a verification.
Oh, yeah. I'm never up.
I know. Whatever.
I'm never awake.
So I did try. And then Phone Get In Pod on Twitter and Facebook.
Correct. And as always, a shout out to Miguel Silvaleone for our theme song. Check out
Rockstar, baby. What a rock star.
Saving Miles Lemon on Spotify and Apple Music. And with that, that's all we have for this week. Thanks everybody for listening. We will see you next time.